Tesla design head reflects on 16 years with the company. Tesla's senior design executive Franz von Holzhausen was interviewed in the 500th episode of the Ride the Lightning podcast over the weekend, talking about topics from the new Model Y performance to Optimus, and even sharing what has kept him coming back for over 16 years. In the interview, host Ryan McCaffrey asks von Holzhausen a handful of questions about the executive's design decisions, what can be expected on upcoming releases, and his own reaction to seeing increasing numbers of Tesla vehicles on the road. When asked about what has kept him at Tesla for so long, however, the design lead points to the company's mission, noting that his young self would be shocked if he saw what he was working on today and how much he has learned. The thing that keeps me coming here is the potential for the future and what we're able to create, and how we're able to, in a way, we've proven that we can steer the future a little bit, von Holzhausen says. When asked if it was common for designers to stay at one company for so long, he also says that it sure doesn't seem like it, saying that he had previously been on a roughly 4-year rotation prior to starting with Tesla, and thought he would stay on that path. The design head's past employers were Mazda, General Motors GM, and Volkswagen. He also explains that some of the exciting projects he's been able to work on, including vehicles, autonomous robotaxis, and humanoid robots, to name a few, are a major part of what keeps him there, in addition to Tesla's original mission. "I wouldn't be here if we didn't have the mission," von Holzhausen says of the company's mission to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. "In the early days, the mission was the same, and we didn't know if we could make an impact. The mission is something that you aim for, right? And we kept aiming for it, and kept getting better. And then we subsequently started to see the impact of what we were producing, and what we were creating having an impact that was ultimately steering the rest of the world in this direction. And once you realize the impact, you're like, wow, we can really steer the future for the better. And now we owe it to ourselves, and to everybody, and the rest of the world, to continue on that path." While McCaffrey suggests that the designer might be the second longest tenured employee besides the CEO, von Holzhausen says there are actually at least a handful of other people who have been with the company for longer. However, he says they would also likely agree about how quickly the time has gone to bring the automaker to this point. The conversation spans over an hour long, and von Holzhausen goes on to talk about how seeing his own vehicles on the road makes him continually self-critique his work as he aims to make things better and develop the next thing. He also talks about the importance of making great products, and how he and Tesla expect that approach to win customers over, no matter what kind of fear, uncertainty, and doubt may be floating around about the company. Listen to the 500th episode of McCaffrey's Ride the Lightning podcast below, featuring Tesla's chief designer Franz von Holzhausen for his third appearance on the show. Tesla redesigned this crucial piece of hardware on the new Model Y. In the podcast, von Holzhausen also talks about speculation that the company's Glacier Blue could eventually make it to the US, as well as if Tesla plans to discontinue Midnight Cherry Red, though he says he can't comment directly on either. The executive's appearance on the podcast also comes after McCaffrey last week interviewed Tesla's vice president of vehicle engineering, Lars Moravi. It also comes as the latest of appearances from both executives, who were last month featured in a video from Tesla about the new Model Y, along with talking to Jay Leno about the refreshed vehicle. The two executives also confirmed in the former video that Tesla will indeed be launching a Model Y performance later this year, along with a 7-seat configuration. In December, von Holzhausen also shared some details about the design for the recently unveiled Cybercab, noting in another video with Peterson Auto Museum that the gold color is a shout-out to New York City's yellow taxi cabs. Source: reposted and summarized from Zachary Visconti at teslarati.